Hello, hello, hello. It's Shawn Ziem, the connection machine, aka the insurance doctor, and the host of the Webtalk Legends Podcast. This is number 50 on the year. I'm excited. Great friend of mine. Finally, we can collaborate, make this happen after a long little hiatus, but we will make things happen. We're going to bring some massive value. Reminder, housekeeping. If you're watching us live, don't forget hashtag live. We might be on a different platforms. One's on Facebook for a little bit, and majority of the time it's going to be on Web Talk Legends. So if you're not on Web Talk Legends, you got to jump over in a little bit. I'll allow you to take a look at what we're doing now, but I'm going to get rid of you. I need you to jump over to webtalklegends.com. Excuse me, Web Talk Legends, the YouTube channel, so that you can keep with our message, our conversation, our value. Make sure you're commenting where you're watching from. If you're liking a couple of things we're talking about, hit the thumbs up, the pound button, whatever you like as far as the emojis. And we just want you to stay with us the entire time. Let me bring on a good friend of mine, Vinny Napoletano. What's up, brother?
What's going on, brother? How are you?
I'm doing excellent. Thanks for joining us today, man. This is going to be phenomenal.
Well, thank you for having me. I greatly appreciate it.
It's been a long time since we were able to do something like this, and we were talking about different things over the last number of years, and
Yep.
Sometimes things don't work out at the time, and now we're ready to make that happen. So I'm excited to really get going with collaborating more with you over 2023 and beyond. But before we even get into it, Vinny, can you give us who are you and what do you do?
All right. Well, my name is Vincent Napoletano. I work for a company called Title Guarantee, which is a title insurance company licensed in New York, New Jersey, and PA. Been around for 22 years, around the same time I started. And basically what we do is we do the research on the background of any residential and commercial real estate deal. So there are different types of searches that can be done, which go into detail or search only to see what's on the actual property. People go, okay, that's great to know, but what's on a property? So we show if there's any liens that are against it. Quick example would be the seller had their driveway and roof done and they didn't pay the contractor. So he goes down to the county and he puts a mechanic's lien is what it's called. The same way a mortgage is put on your property as a mortgage lien, they would put a mechanic's lien. Now, you as the buyer don't want to go into this and inherit that mechanic's lien, so we have to give them a great, clear title at the end of the day. Now, as far as me, that's my office, that's my family, and you're gonna hear me say that a lot because Shawn, me and you go way back. We're like brothers, and sitting outside talking about this whole thing that we're doing today. So but I love the business acquisition part of the business, going out, introducing, telling everybody about the company that I work for, because I didn't work for this company my entire life. I started in 2000 and opened up a company with my mother for somebody else. And then after 6 years, we opened up our own. And in 2014, I decided to close it down because, mom turned 70 and she decided that she wanted to still work. So that was the only way I can get her to retire.
Yep.
So, and then a couple of bouncing around different companies. And then I found my home. And I found my family, and that is with Title Guarantee. James Gaverty, the CEO of the company, great man. Really quick to tell you the way we met at a networking event when I was working for a different title company. He took a very good, feel about me. But, I had to warn him. I went through a scare, as you remember, in 2018. Not to go into details, but I got sick and I had to have life-saving surgery. And he knew all this. Mm-hmm. And he decided to still take me on, even during my recovery, and bring me forward. So when I say family, I mean, you can't get any better than that when it comes down to it, besides your own blood, even though sometimes we can't choose our own family.
Yep. No, go ahead.
So, and that's what we've been doing. So going out, I mean, listen, we haven't actually, to be honest with you, my boss has got a tech background just like I do. And we've been ahead of the technology curve with our competitors because there's a lot of title companies out there, and I don't badmouth everybody. I firmly believe there's enough money to be made out there that everybody can share. I just want 90% of it. That's all. So, but when when we had Sandy, for instance, in 2012, weren't down for more than 5 minutes. Backup generators, everything was on the cloud. Same thing with COVID. Everybody shut down their offices. I think we were shut down for literally maybe 15 minutes because we had everything up on the cloud. Everybody can work from home. Everybody was great to go. I mean, and the technology is getting better and better. So that's what separates us from everybody else. We also work what we call 17/7 service to our clients. And our clients are everyone from homeowners to investors to sellers to attorneys, mortgage, real estate, anything that you're touching commercially and residentially. But we offer a 17/7 service, which is we work 17 hours a day, 7 days a week. And this provides a lot of advantage, especially, stuff is done after hours at night.
Mm-hmm.
When people are home, they can talk to their attorney or their realtor, and I want to change this or I want to change that. And most title companies, which, listen, that's their prerogative, they close at, 5 o'clock. And that's it. Some stay open a little later. We're rocking until the midnight hours, and it doesn't feel like a job. It's fun. You get up in the morning. If you feel good about what you do, it's not a job. So, very excited to find my home here. I not leaving anytime soon. They would have to drag me away.
Dude, this is fantastic. And I know title, people will love talking about that, but I want to go into some things about you, about karate. I want to go down that path. I want to find out, more as far as what you're doing for personal development, go over some things in social media. We're going to cram some value. And if people are on Facebook, they didn't jump over, they got to jump over here because this is where it's at. So I give them teasers and they got to follow up and join us. So those that are catching us on the replay, don't forget #replay. But, Vinny, you got involved with karate when you were younger. Tell us about, how did you get involved with it? Was it like you watched Karate Kid and shit, I got to do this?
No. Actually, it was a birthday party, believe it or not. They decided to have a little karate class at a birthday party, and it just felt right, and told my mother, I want to come back, I want to keep trying this. And she put me into it, and then I was going good for a great 2-3 years, from 7 to 10 years old. But, 10 years old is when Pop Warner football starts and half your friends are playing. So, I really kind of wanted to do that, but I have 2 older brothers that got hurt in football. And mom goes, no, it's too dangerous, but stay in martial arts and that's safer. So, and once again, I wind up after the 2-3 years leaving my first dojo, going to which wound up being my home for a very, very long time, which was right here in New Jersey, down in Long Branch, Atlantic Karate Academy. My instructors were like literally second parents to me. They took me further and farther than I could ever imagine. I've traveled around the entire world. I was on the USA team several times, world championships. It's still a passion to my day. Now that I'm healthier, my personal development with my mind, besides meditation, which is always a great thing. Even if it's for 5 minutes, it just clears everything out, gets all the negativity out. And started going back, and even in the gym, working on my forms and my shadow boxing and hitting the bag. And, recently in 2022 of February, they actually inducted me into the USA Karate Hall of Fame, which was phenomenal and very humble award that I received. Was not expecting it. And that kind of kickstarted me again, got the fire lit, and now I'm trying to make a comeback. So hopefully soon, there might be something. They might be seeing me in competitions. If not, I've always instructed privately and of course publicly. And, just it's something that'll stick with me. When I have kids, they'll wind up doing it as well. Taught my nieces and my nephew. So it's been great experience for over 20 some odd years, maybe 30 years.
Now, when you were doing karate with your senseis, or is that?
Senseis, yes.
What are some of the skills, the mindsets that they might have taught that actually crossed over into the business world as you got older?
Well, number one, patience. Very big patience. Listening is another one. Respectfulness, responsibility, and the art to work harder and never to give up. And, like I said, I normally don't want people to feel pity or whatever the case may be. But, 2016 is when I got sick and, spent a lot of time for 3 years trying to find the right doctor. And if I didn't have my surgery in 2018, I wouldn't be sitting here with you now. So, and it's still a long recovery. It was a complete change. But going back to what you were asking, that patience, the mindset, and listen, with the social media today, there are so many people coaching and telling you this and go on all the different social media things. And you can believe if you just put your mind to it, some people have scars. I have probably more scars than most people I know. But you have to realize one thing, in my belief, in God, he wouldn't have done it to me if I wasn't strong enough to handle it. If that was the case, he would have done so. Now, listen, I've had a lot of tragedy in the last 2 years. Okay. I lost 2 step-parents and my father this past November. And
sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. And the biggest thing is that, yes, I was very upset at the funeral, the wake, and everything else. But my father always told me not to feel bad, because you want to know why? That anger that you have can be turned into positive energy. And I think this world, if we're able to turn around and take that negativity, listen, people get mad all the time. It's a feeling. It's happy, it's sad, it's great, it's wonderful. And I try to tell people when I see them down, I grab them, even if I don't know them. You know me, I talk to total strangers. It doesn't matter, but I grabbed them and like, you okay? Yeah, I just lost my dog or a family member or whatever. I said, I'm so sorry. I said, but I want you to remember, and everybody gets this when a song starts, or if you actually feel good when you wake up in the morning, that like split second of greatness, and then it disappears. Well, you've had it several times. You just need to know how to continue to make it last a lot longer than that split second. And that is where the discipline comes in. Discipline is very simple. People are telling you to go to bed early, wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. Listen, everybody's not built the same. Mm-hmm. Okay. We all have a mind, a body, whether you're in shape, you're not in shape. Listen, I'm not in shape. That's why. Actually, you want to laugh. I just went back to the gym yesterday morning. And my wife's like, well, what time are you going? As soon as you get home from work? I'm like, no, 5:30 in the morning, and that's discipline. And it was hard. Trust me, it was very, very hard. And I spent an hour there. And I came out, I had so much energy. People thought I was like on 12 cups of coffee already and some other substances, which I don't do. But you know what I mean? So listen, it's harder today to deal with children because of the access of information they have and what they see they want to do. So going back to the Karate Kid, yes, my favorite movies. Cobra Kai came on. I binge watched all those seasons in one day. Trust me, so. But but I relate that to my business, and I don't talk about these anecdotes to make people feel bad. Oh, let me do business. Let me do that. If people feel that way, I don't want to do business. I want genuine people. Okay. Like you, Shawn. I was out of the game for 4 years. I mean, It was 2018, 2017. We were sitting in your backyard talking about all this. Yep. And you came to me as like a genuine like friend, a brother, and said, Vinny, I could wait. And I'm like, no, I don't want to hold you back. And look what you've accomplished. I mean, you're phenomenal. You have so many children. You have time to do different things. You teach, you do this, the insurance, everything. But you came and you connected people. And that is my job. My job is to connect people with each other in the same industry. Listen, there are other industries out there that relate to what I do.
Yep.
People, businesses, like I'll give you an example. Pick any chain restaurant you want to pick. They got to go somewhere. They need real estate, right? Whether they lease it or not, if they lease it, that's a different scenario, but I have connections for that, and I have no part of it. But then there's also, they want to buy it. Okay, well, listen, you're talking 5, 10, 20. I mean, the biggest transactions reach near close to $1 billion that we normally do on end. Everything from Manhattan to PA to Philly to Jersey. I mean, everywhere in Jersey possible. And that's where I'm from. And I focus on mainly New York and New Jersey and PA. That's connected. Obviously, I decided to move down the shore and got away from Central Jersey. So I'm a Jersey Shore boy all the way through. But that's where it really comes down to. And there's so many different types of companies that are out, different types of the same company as far as title insurance or title agencies. And not everybody's easy. Not everybody has the right staff. It's not like I can't pick up the phone at 12:30 at night and call my closing department and say, hey, this got switched. We have to revise the closing disclosure, which used to be called the HUD back then. And boom, done. It's not like they got to wait till the next morning at 9 a.m. when the title company reopens up. So we have 3 different shifts that actually are helping our clients, and we want to be more accessible for them, and that's once again where the respect, the discipline, the mindset of what we have as a family here. Because when people ask, like, oh, who are your coworkers? I'm like, oh, you mean my cousins, my brothers, my sisters, So, and it's a beautiful thing. It really is.
Now, I love how you're back into getting up early. It's showing the discipline, the consistency. You get a lot of energy. Love it. Now, and I'm into that too. I had to put it on the hiatus as far as getting up early because I had the little one. So it's tough.
Yep.
It's tough. I'm not sleeping at night consistently. So I wait till they go to bed. And then that's where I do my workout or do a podcast or do some business. It's important to get in front of the camera.
Right.
And what are some things that you can share with those that are watching that are afraid to get in front of the camera, to start their video journey, to help their brand with video? What are some tips, strategies you can share with those to help them? Some real estate agents, some people that are in the online world, maybe they do affiliate marketing. Talk on that for us.
First, get it out of your head of what people think. Okay. People could like what we're doing tonight and give it thumbs up, or they can give it thumbs down. Either way, it doesn't matter. I try to tell people this. If there's a general broad of people out there that you don't even know of and you're afraid, you're camera shy, listen, those people could be in California and you live on the East Coast. When are you really going to see these people? Why should their opinion matter? And that was one of the struggles I had to deal with when I got sick and then I was doing a lot of other stuff with my family. I cared about what they thought about me, and that becomes a self-complex to yourself. Listen, if you've taken a selfie, if you've taken a picture with a family member, it's the same thing. I mean, this is not scripted. This is, I don't even know what questions you're going to ask me next, So, I mean, you have to realize that if you don't get out of your own way, and if you get into your mind way too much and you're like, I can't do this. I'm sorry. I just can't. Stop. Take a minute. Close your eyes. Remember your family. Remember the good times. Remember the great times that are going to be in the future. Open your eyes and say, what's the worst that can happen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? People don't like bad press. Well, guess what? Has anybody watched the news in the last God knows how long, what's their favorite stories? Negative stuff, bad things happen. We don't want to see all these shootings and people dying and riots and protests and blah, blah, and everything in between, pandemics and this. But those people, once again, it's negative, but you're here to give a value to people. And every person out there, whether they're listening or not, they watch this on replay, whatever the case may be, everyone's got a value. Okay. Yes. You were put here on this earth for a reason. No matter how long or how short it may be, you're here for a reason. My reason in life, I've seen what my family's gone through, from being $2 in the pocket to being one of the top wealthiest and right back down to being poverty stricken again. People think that money is going to solve all the problems. No, it's not. It's this that solves problems. It's this that helps you. People say, hey, listen, I read 4 pages or 20 pages, a half hour a day. Listen, if I read 2 pages, I'm out cold. Done. Have a nice day. You know what I mean? I'm a little bit more interactive. I like to be, talking to people. I'm the type that I can't read the instructions. Just tell me how to do it and I'll build it. There's a screw left over. Don't worry. I'll find it. But that's just what it is. People need to get out of their own way. Okay. Listen, everybody's got a webcam now on a laptop, their cell phones, their tablets, their computers. I mean, I'm in my office right now, which is not really my office. It's my wife's office because she works from home, and I honestly told her, listen, do what you need to do. But you know what? Record yourself. And then people look and go, oh, I look so stupid. Well, because it's all up here. You have a better image of yourself than what you should be. Like me, if nobody likes the way I look, okay, I don't have to be your friend. There's no one that says someone makes a negative comment to you or even a positive comment to you that you have to be friends with that person. They say when people talk bad about a person, it's because that person's jealous of you.
Yep.
They want to be where you want to be. You see all these different people coaching, telling you this, telling you that. Oh, well, those people don't matter. They don't matter. They don't matter. Right? They don't matter. And it comes down to where you really need to get out of your way, get out of your head, look at yourself in the mirror every morning and say, I got this. And guess what? I don't have the greatest memory in the world. I carry around a little pad with a pen with me. It's on my nightstand. It goes with me. It's in my pocket all day. I see something inspiring or something bad, I write it down. So that way later I can reflect on it going, okay, I did this. This worked out pretty good. I love it. Okay. Star that one because I don't want to make the same mistake twice, and goes back to the old saying, people learn from their mistakes, and listen, I'm not a coach. I mean, I'm a coach in martial arts, an instructor in martial arts. Okay. I'll teach you how to protect yourself and everything else. But you have to realize that it comes down to your mindset. If you start believing what other people are telling you, instead of seeing what's really in front of you, you're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. And then you're going to work 9 to 5 and you're going to hate your job and you're not going to have a social life or anything else. But if you can walk up to anybody and say, hi, how are you? Or excuse me, please open the door, be courteous greeting. You'd be amazed what you can accomplish just from someone saying, thank you for opening up that door. And that's a split second. You feel great. So take that split second and make it 2 seconds and then 4, 8, and keep going and going and going. So listen, I'm not saying I live a great, happy life. Yeah, I've had bad times. I just told you that, and it's hopefully only going to get better from here on out. Maybe I did hit the rock bottom, and some people do. Some people do. They have to hit rock bottom and say, wow. And that's why you hear all these success stories from certain celebrities and music artists and movie stars. And, I slept in my car. I was homeless, this and that. I mean, listen, if you got a roof over your head, getting a paycheck, you might be in debt. Okay. Well, that's fine. It's not like it's going to physically kill you. I'm sorry, you owe $100,000. Well, guess what? I got a mortgage. I owe a lot more than that, but it's not going to kill me. So that's where people have to be. Okay. And if not, Go to your best friend, go to your mother, father, your brother, your sister, your cousin, whoever you really confide in, because everyone has that one person they could talk to. Okay. Even if it's a therapist, say, listen, you got 5 minutes. I just want to role play with you and see what it comes out to be. And if it's not the right thing for you, okay, well, then maybe writing stories, writing posts. You don't have to be live and show your face. You know, you could have your logo and do what you got to do. There's a lot of people out there that are very famous that they don't even know who they are because they have either ghostwriters or they go by a different name or they
got artificial intelligence now that you can have a little avatar that is on the screen that will speak. You plug in the words. You can either plug the words in of how you want them to say certain things, or you actually say it and it's coming through with that avatar. So AI is huge now.
It's huge now. You're right. I mean, listen, I just saw something that was phenomenal because it's going to help me in my industry and everything that I do. I mean, you go in there and when people ask like, hey, I'm interested in buying, you know, the open AI is going to have an automatic response. And you see that now in LinkedIn. Like, as soon as you connect with someone on LinkedIn, they already message you with like a paragraph, and you're like, "There's no way he typed that fast."
Right.
You know, but it makes it easier to get the information out there, especially if you don't want to be face to face. That's why you have the avatar, the open AI. There's one that's out there right now that everybody's using, that people talk about. But listen, you can hide behind a camera. You don't have to be in front of it. But don't be afraid of putting yourself out there or looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, I got this. You have to do it. You have to. I mean, people get showered, changed, make sure they look good. My hair right. Everything looks good. Am I wearing the right shirt? This is not, forget it. I go through warp changes like 6 times a day, depending where I have to go, So that's really what it is. And the open AI and the technology today, it's not like, Shawn, come on, back in the day in the 90s, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we had AOL, okay? We had to wait for this.
You can see people on a phone call today. It's incredible how you can do that. Like, it's the power of, instead of calling somebody, now you can have a video call and actually see them. And people don't do that. It's like, wait a minute, you can do that on your phone? You can go into anywhere, Facebook, on Instagram, you can go through Messenger and actually hit the record or the video and have a video call with somebody. That is more powerful. That'll get you the passion that you can exude through the camera right on with that prospect or that recommendation source. It's so powerful.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say the same thing. If you're talking to people on your phone and you can do a video chat with them, which the younger generation, it's built into them already. They got a phone by the time they're like 9 months, but it's the same thing. Talk to your friend on video chat because you get to see yourself in a little corner. I mean, you don't have to, but Shawn, how many times that we're so used to me and you talking on video chat that I'm like driving to go to an appointment and I'm like, no, I got it now. I want to call Shawn and have a conversation. I accidentally hit video chat. Meanwhile, you see me driving in the car and you're driving in the car, and it's not like we're not paying attention. Please drive safe. Make sure you obey all the rules.
Yeah.
But it's habit. And the only reason why I like to be on here, and listen, I am not the greatest guy looking in the world. I am, not the biggest shape and bulk and whatever. Give me 6 months, maybe. But I want people to realize, listen, I've done a lot of stuff in my life. I used to run a DJ business. I was the MC. I was the dancer. You know how hard it was for me to go out there and do it, to be in front of hundreds of people that are in my area are seeing me dance. And what if I mess up? What if I don't look good? What if I say the wrong thing? What if I don't sound right? And I said to myself going, okay, well, if anybody does pick on me because of it, then guess what? You just found out who your friends are and who your friends are not. But you shouldn't be scared, especially with today's technology. I mean, I could throw a face right on as we're talking right now as somebody completely avatarish, and their mouth will move as I'm talking right now. So they can use that as a step forward of overcoming the fear of being on a camera, because it's the way of the world today. It's just the same thing. Your kids are going to do it, you know, and you're going to want to see what they're doing, you know, and grandma and grandpa want to see the grandkids, and they got to do it from because they're down in Florida and you're all the way up north, you know, or across the country or in a different country. So it really comes to a point of, are you going to do it or you're not going to do it? And guess what? Try it once. What is the worst that could happen? What is the worst that could happen? You never do it again. You figure an alternative way to do it, or maybe you find somebody else to do it. Doesn't matter. Just try it once. It can't hurt. Doesn't matter. People try new skills every day. They say you should learn a new skill set every 90 days.
It's the power of being consistent over time. I tell people, do whatever you're going to do for 6 months, and you'll see what it will do for you, for your life, for your business, what have you. Video, I started in 2018, and what has happened to me today, it's just incredible. I appreciate you coming on today. You're going to see a lot of Vinny. If you guys haven't already, check out the description in this video in YouTube. Don't forget to share it. Hit all his contact information is there, all his links. Please check him out. Friend request him. Get involved. Connect with him, because he is somebody to have in your corner. And Vinny, to the next one, man. We're gonna keep rocking and rolling.
Love you. Thank you for having me on. People, follow, like, share Shawn the Connection Machine, because he is one. Trust me.
You're the man. Thank you, brother.